Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your man AD, right back from Italy. Let's get right into it. The biggest talking point from the Oscars last night was Will Smith smacking Chris Rock on stage during the Oscars after Chris cracked a joke at Jada Pickett Smith. Chris Rock referenced the movie G.I. Jane while appearing to poke fun at Jada's shaved head and her recent struggles with alopecia. Jada Pickett Smith has not shied away from discussing her struggle with alopecia and hair loss over the years. In 2018, during an episode of her Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk, she revealed that she had been wearing a turban to cover up her hair loss, indicating that it was not an easy topic to discuss. Directly following the joke, Jada rolled her eyes at the comment and gave Chris Rock a disappointing side eye. Will Smith had initially laughed, but then approached the stage, walked straight up to Chris, and slapped him across the face. Shocked, Chris Rock said, "Oh wow, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me." Will returned to his seat and yelled back, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." "Wow, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke," Rock answered. "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth," Will reiterated. It's also worth noting that in 2016, Chris Rock cracked jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith boycotting the ceremony because of a lack of diversity, saying, "Jada said she's not coming. Protest." I was like, isn't she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Chris Rock reportedly is not pressing charges. In a separate statement, the Academy tweeted out, "The Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Awards winner who deserves this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world." After the shocking altercation, Will Smith was awarded the Oscar for the Best Actor for his performance in King Richard and gave a teary-eyed apology during his acceptance speech. It occurs to me that this is probably like one of the biggest stories that we'll ever cover on here.
Yeah.
No matter how long we do this for. Like, I saw somebody comparing it to 9/11, and it's very unlike 9/11, obviously, in that nobody died.
What?
Nobody got really hurt. But it does stand out as the kind of thing that like every American is probably going to remember the moment that they realized that Will Smith smacked Chris Rock.
You know what made it even more crazier is that, like, I'm a big Will Smith fan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still currently reading his book right now. I know how bad, you know, he's been working. Like, he's always been snubbed at the Oscars year after year for his great performances and stuff like that. So to watch him risk all of that to go on there to have his wife's back, to me was the most illest shit. It was the most human, and bro, it really shows like it's that he's human and that celebrities, bro, are people too. And you know what I'm saying? He lost control of his emotions at that time, and I really respect it because, you know, the image that they put out is like they're fucking perfect all the time and shit like that. So for him to do that at the Oscars, probably the most whitest establishment of all fucking time, on to another black man in the heat of the moment. And shout out to Chris Rock, because my nigga, to be smacked like that and to continue going on and keep the show going with the jokes,
Barely
my
skipped
nigga,
a beat.
class act. I fucking love it. To me, it was W's on both sides when it came down to that. And then even Will's acceptance speech after getting his first Oscar, shout out to Denzel Washington. He told him the devil always strikes at your highest moment. I mean, the devil always strikes at your highest moment. To me, that shit stood out more than anything. That was a powerful message right there.
I think we can all relate to where Will Smith was coming from, is that if you feel disrespected and you want to hit somebody, you know, we've all been there. And, you know, we can all kind of appreciate the determination, because it's one thing to have somebody say something disrespectful for you and then you just start swinging in the middle of the bar because they're right there in front of your face. No, Will Smith got up, he climbed stairs, and then he walked across the entire stage and then proceeded to bitch slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock so did not think that this was a possibility that he did not even flinch. He did not move a muscle. Normally, if you have somebody stomping towards you and you think there's a chance they're gonna hit you, what do? You fucking cover up, you flinch a little bit, you cover your face. He did none of that, so that fucking hit just landed full throttle across his face. Now, I respect the fact that Will Smith was so angry about it, and I respect in some weird way that he did it. But at the same time, I think he just broke a rule. Comedians are really kind of like a protected class in our society. He was hired, he was paid good money to go there and to make jokes. The joke, was it offensive? Yes, I can totally understand that. But at the same time, I mean, if you've watched roasts, if you watch battle rap, if you've watched, a lot of different comedy series, etc., I mean, I don't think it was that out of line. And I think that Will Smith slapping Chris Rock for it, to me, it seems so clear that this wasn't about Chris Rock, that Chris Rock was not the biggest problem that Will Smith is dealing with. I think Will Smith was sick of getting picked on in the media. He's sick of having his relationship torn apart. The fact that his wife is dealing with these health issues is probably also adding a lot of stress to him. And just the fact that he is Will Smith, so he's not actually really able to lash out violently like he probably has wanted to for like his entire career. Like as soon as he got famous, probably started reading stuff in the press that he didn't like reading about himself, and he's never really been able to act out about it. So I sympathize with him, but at the same time, I just really feel like he crossed a big old line. And when I saw this tweet, I saw somebody say on Twitter, if it wasn't Chris Rock, if it was The Rock, would he have marched across that stage and would he have slapped The Rock? I don't think so. I think the fact that Chris Rock is like 4.5 feet tall is a big factor.
Let me tell you why. And like I said, I'm reading his book right now, and the biggest thing that I took away from his book is that he calls himself a coward. He's always been a coward because his dad, beat his mom, and he felt that he couldn't do nothing about it. And his whole career, to me, when he's continuously getting picked on, it's putting him back in that, in that seat that he's a coward. And, I feel like that he was striking back. And what really fucked me up too was I heard that Chris Rock didn't even write the joke. Yeah. They can confirm somebody else wrote the fucking joke. So that makes it even more worse. And when it comes down to the situation, we don't know how he's been having to deal with that, his wife's conditions. You know what I'm saying? She's probably terribly heartbroken of it. And we could say that he's wrong with that, but just imagine him saying that Jada had cancer. Then everybody be like, oh, that was so fucked up. And he's in the right when it comes down to situations like that. So we don't know what goes on when they're off camera and stuff too. But to me, like I said, it was a real human moment. With me knowing more context of Will Smith, I see why he felt like he had to stand up for his family and stand up for his wife in that incident.
That's very, very informative. The fact that he actually has been like dealing with that feeling of being a coward or whatever, you can understand why maybe he really, really didn't feel like letting it go in that moment. I mean, I think we can say two things are true here. One, it was probably wrong. It was not the ideal way for him to handle that situation. But then also, I think a lot of people are overreacting, because I think that if two guys have a problem with each other, and the worst thing that happens between them in terms of them resolving that issue is one slap across the face, that's not the worst thing. Like we see people all the time who lose their lives over conflicts, not to mention just beating the shit out of each other. I mean, Chris Rock could be sitting there. If Will had chosen to close his fist, he could be sitting in a fucking dentist's office right now getting all his teeth reattached. I don't think it's as big a deal as some people are acting like it is, because I've seen some tweets that are like, the reverberations from this will be felt through our culture for years to come because this is normalizing violence. I don't think it's that serious. I think there's plenty of violence that people can look at in our society. There's a lot worse than this. But you said this in the group chat last night, and I kind of agree. Do that shit behind closed doors. Just doing that in front of so many people. I mean, you're handing a racist a gift. You're telling a racist what he wants to hear. You're giving them what they want to see. But I think personally that could have been handled a lot better behind closed doors. But I can kind of understand why Will Smith didn't feel like he could wait. And
that too, like I said in the group chat, bro, I just hate that it's two black men, and it's like we barely get Oscars, period. You know what I'm saying? And for this to be Will's like biggest shot at getting the Oscar, like I hated that, he was willing to risk that against another black man at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what color it is, you know what I'm saying? Anybody did that though, but like you said, people are gonna sit there and take that and say, damn, this is why we don't have black people at these events anyway. And when they don't fuck with our culture at the end of the day, it's situations where they'll sit there and say, well, they did this at the Oscars, and even right now with the Grammy situation, they're like, okay, we're trying to boycott the Grammys and everything. It's just all fucked up, man, when we fought so hard to be included, in the grand scheme of things of all cinema and music and film and shit.
And I saw something else that somebody said that I just want to mention before we finish this up, is that they said, now, after this incident, you're going to see Will Smith and Chris Rock basically cover for each other. Like they're gonna not talk to the media, or they're gonna act like everything is all good, etc. Because as a black man in America, you kind of can't afford to be represented as angry and violent, etc. Like these things don't carry as much weight for a white person and carry a lot of weight for these guys. And so I feel like now you're gonna see them sort of like coming together to protect each other's good names and not give the media even more
they
fodder,
both from
you know?
the hood. They know what time it is, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Even Diddy said that they squashed it.
Right.
They were at the party, man. Like to me, it sucks that the way that it happened, but it was a beautiful moment that, you know, everybody just shows that like nobody's exempt from the feelings and you know, having emotions and shit.
Yeah, I mean, in some weird way, I just feel like we're all kind of lucky/unlucky to get to witness something so real on TV. Like the Oscars is normally just the fakest shit. You know, it's people acting like they love each other, they don't give a fuck about each other, people acting like they love movies that they don't give a fuck about, etc. And then all of a sudden we get to see Will Smith, one of the most famous people in the world, get his feelings out, hurt, and then act out on TV against another one of the most famous people on the planet. I mean, I don't know. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe I got to live through this, and I feel like we're gonna be talking about it for the rest of our lives.
Facts. Next story. On Sunday night, NFL star Antonio Brown took to his Instagram story to call out Cydney Christine, a model and producer also known as Lil CC. First, AB shared a photo of himself in bed with CC. The caption read, "Dead, cat emoji, stop playing with me. Christine got the pussy on BC." He soon followed up with a screenshot of DMs he exchanged with her and asserted that he would expose her if she didn't pay him the $5,000 that she allegedly owed him. She responded, "Please don't do that to me. I'm really sorry. I just didn't like the way you were talking to me." She added, "This isn't going to help anything. What can I do to fix it? Send me my money, bitch," he wrote. $5K or you be exposed. After she asked for his PayPal, he wrote, "Ho, you know how. Stop playing with me, bitch. I'm gonna show you this time." The image was taken a while back, but CC owed him some cash, so he made sure to pull out the pic of the drafts and drop his receipts to make sure she responded. It's not clear what the context is here, but demanding money from someone in that fashion seems like a very ridiculous thing to do. People are dragging wait, first of all, that's in the script, and these ain't my fucking words. I'm just reading this shit.
I don't agree with that at all. Let's just do this right now. I mean, if she stole $5,000 from him and he hit her up demanding $5,000, what the fuck are we talking about? She owes him exactly $5,000, maybe more for the pain that she inflicted upon him.
She owes him that fucking money, and I don't feel bad for that.
Yeah.
At any type of situation.
I mean, what's the idea here? Women aren't supposed to pay their debts? I don't agree with that. Women should just be allowed to steal and that they shouldn't be called out publicly. I mean, I don't agree with that either. This is insane.
And I wasn't going to read what was on this motherfucker because that was some goofy shit. I ain't sitting there reading the script all the time, going verbatim when it come down to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Like, do we have some moles planted within the No Jumper staff who are trying to make us believe that this is a bad move? Because I don't agree at all.
Nah. If you owe the money, pay the man at the end of the day. And then two, you know, you shouldn't be smacking somebody that you owe anyway to even be put on in that type of situation to begin with anyway.
YouTube, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be back real soon. Appreciate y'all.